Good Saturday morning and welcome back to Scale Auto Guy's Workbench. Today we're working on the Wild Hoss Ford Bronco 4x4. I believe this is a 79 model year vehicle. And this one here hopefully goes together a lot better than that Firestone Ford truck. That thing was a nightmare. But this one here seems to be pretty decent. There is a fair amount of flash on this one. This is an older kit, so they may have retooled it, but there's still some wear in there. You have a little bit of flash there and a little bit, you know, the normal stuff actually, you know, the body mold lines and what have you. But it looks pretty good for what it is. Here's your interior tub. It does have a carpeting kind of a texture on the floor. The door detail is, yeah, it's kind of light, but it can still be detailed. Push that off with that. Here's your rear roof assembly. That as well has quite a bit of flash on it, and it does have a little bit of warpage. So this, in order for that to sit on the body correctly, it's going to have to be glued into place. It's I don't know, it just won't sit up there. I've played with this for a couple minutes now, and the roof line doesn't match up. Neither does the side panels there. You can see where it's sticking out. So this is going to have to be glued and clamped in place. I'm going to have to do a little bit of sanding up here because it's touching there in the center. It moved a little bit. It's touching in this area, but there's a big gap on either side of that area and on the side pillar. So that's going to have to be messed with a little bit and to get it to fit. I'm going to leave it off until, you know, after I have it painted, and then I'm going to attach it to the body. So I have a whole stack of trees here, and this one, well, it comes with a CB radio. That would be period correct for that vehicle. This does have a two-piece engine block and two-piece transmission that is separate. So you're going to have to, you know, glue those all together. Again, more flash. I got to get off the flash thing. It's quite substantial throughout this kit. So cleanup is going to take a little bit of extra time. Here's your intake. Gives you two different steering wheels, the stock steering wheel and a aftermarket sporty steering wheel, a roll cage. Here's your steering column, and a lot of the suspension parts and engine parts. Some more of your suspension and your interior seating. That classic Ford dash. They use that same dash in quite a few years of these Ford trucks. In the next set of trees, whoa, I'm just throwing them. Some more of your underhood stuff. Your exhaust and seat backs, gas tank. Here's your hood and tailgate, and the white wagon wheels if you want to use those. But on your chrome tree, which this is extremely bright chrome, it's like super shiny, it does give you some mag wheels per se. They are drilled out so the holes go all the way through. That grill is super shiny. Now this is your headlights. It doesn't give you any lenses or anything to go over them, which is unfortunate, but that's the way that goes. Here's your windshield and side glass, rear glass, and tail lights. And it even gives you the vent windows as a separate piece. And somewhere around here, oh, here they are. Get 2 metal axles. And 4 of these Goodyear all-terrains. They're a hollow tire. And then you have to cut the little cross piece out of the back of them. I hate these things. I hate cutting those out of the tires. They usually end up messing up, especially when they look like this one here. That first one was okay, you just snip it 4 places, but this one here you have to trim it all the way around. And if you goof, then you cut into the sidewall of the tire. I'd prefer if they could make them without this piece in there, but it is what it is, so, and we have to deal with it. And that's fine. That's fine. You know, that's why we're model builders, not model assemblers. Now this kit does give you 2 different striping patterns for your decals. You can go this multicolored green, or the white, orange, and white, yellow, and orange striping as an option. Gives you a couple different license plates, and the Ford Bronco, I don't know if you can really see that. Yeah, it's showing up. That goes on your spare tire, on the spare tire cover on the back. Put that back in the plastic to protect it. And last but not least is the direction sheet. This is probably one of the smallest ones I've seen here lately. Usually they're 4 pages. Alright, well, there's the unboxing of the Wild Hoss Bronco. Let me get some sub-assemblies together, get some of this flash cleared up. I'm probably not going to film a lot of that because there's so much of it. It's going to take me forever to get through it all. And this is going to have to be, I don't know, you can see it. When you look at it like this, you can see the warp in it. This is bent way out. So I'm going to have to heat it and bend it back in and get that straightened up before I try to put it on the body. Yeah, you can see it right there. Let me angle it there so you can see it in the camera. Alright, well, let's get started, and once I get all that done, I'm going to head over to the booth and do the normal, you know, lay down some primer and get this thing started. So, see you in a little bit. Alright fellas, in the direction sheet here, it's kind of vague to which side these number 10 and 11 go to. I mean, it's kind of explanatory, but not really. This one here, number 11, goes on the passenger side, and there's these little tabs, well, not tabs, but little indentations. One is like right there, and the other one is up here, and it's a very small connection point for this piece. When you look at the piece, it's just got that little tiny little block inside there and up here. So it's, I suppose I could have, you know, scraped down on this and, you know, remove the paint here and over in here to get a little bit more of a surface to glue to. What I chose to do on this side is just the little tab points, and it seems to be holding okay. I just didn't want to mess up the paint, because sometimes when I do this, I tend to get a little bit little overzealous with the scraping, and I removed more paint than I wanted to, and then I have to go back and repaint. So it's kind of a pain in the neck, but black Sharpies, awesome. Anyway, let's continue on with this. Alright fellas, I screwed up a little bit, and I put that one control arm on there a little bit too soon. You have to put in the springs and the axle before you put these control arms on, because the control arms have got to go over top of the axle. So, and then you got to make sure it's all lined up kind of correctly. So that's how that goes. Like I said, it's got these little notches, everything fits in. And there you go. Now we got to do this, I got to finish painting these parts here. And we'll get back at it. Alright fellas, I had to cut the camera off. This suspension was getting on my nerves. And I started saying things I shouldn't say on camera. Anyway, there's a lot of little, what I like to say, a lot of little fiddly parts on this front suspension. And I've already discussed some of it, but when you go to put your engine in, you got to line up that drive shaft, of course, but there's also this little piece right here that glues up in these two little spots up here, and the part is kind of flimsy, so it's kind of hard to maneuver it into place, and you see it's kind of wanting to just free float there. This front suspension will have you pulling your hair out, but I got it. And you see that I have the engine glued in. That fit right in, no problems whatsoever. That just dropped right in place. Now the directions to put this on was, it's there, but it's not real plain to see. You know, it's easy to figure out, I guess. I guess maybe I wasn't paying attention or something. But anyway, I got this done. This step is about half done. I still have to do the rear springs and the steering box that goes up here, and I'm not even sure where that part went off to. It's not on either one of those, not on there. I think that's it right there. Number 6, number 9. That's it right there. Okay, well, let's get back to this. Normally I cut these off, but I don't know, they've just been easy to pull off, and then you just have to trim up a little bit. Now, oh, carpet monster got it. Oh, oh, slippery little thing. Okay, it's got a little block here on the part, a little notch here in the frame. So I'm guessing that's where it goes. Well, that's where it's going. I don't know if that's where it goes, but that's where it's going. I'm going to scrape a little of this paint off here. And because this is going to be a tight fit down in here, let's see. Yeah, that sits right there. That's precisely where it goes. Alright. Let's put a little adhesive on it. All right. Rear springs, where did you go? Here you are. Again, with the direction sheet, you know, you got two different part numbers, 18 and 19. They show just one side, and they list both part numbers on the same side. So Where they go, well, you have to test fit. We got little blocks. I'm guessing just like that. Because that's a huge block. Again, scrape off some paint so you have plastic to plastic adhesion. Yeah, I know I could use super glue and blah blah blah. Every time I use super glue, I get it all over my fingers, and next thing you know, my fingers are stuck together. So no thank you to that. Once again, a little adhesive. Come on, come out of there. Here we go. Oh. Fiddly parts again. You can definitely tell that this is an old mold. There we go. Alright fellas, we're coming into the home stretch here, and just wanted to show you I did do the bare metal foil on this. I didn't show it, but you guys know how that works. Just got a few more things to touch up. I got to do the steering wheel and steering column for the interior. I'm waiting for the Mod Podge to clear, Mod Podge to dry over the headlight assemblies. The chassis is all completed, and I need to throw another coat of paint on the roof section back here. It didn't cover as quite as well as I wanted it to. So we're almost done. Let me get these few things touched up, and I'll see you at the final. Welcome back to the final on this Wild Hoss 1979 Ford Bronco by AMT. First of all, let me say that this kit was a blast to build and actually went together with nearly zero issues. The only problems that I actually had was with that warped roof the white one here that goes over the back end of the truck there, and the vent windows here. For the roof, yeah, I wanted to have it kind of free floating so I could take it off and on, but because of it being warped, I couldn't get the warp out of it, so I ended up having to glue it in place. So once I had the glue on it, it still wanted to stick out, especially on the driver's side, right in this general area here. So what I had to do was put a clamp through the driver's door window there and clamp the forward part of the roof line over here to the, flush with the rest of the body. Once the glue was set, then I was able to take the clamp off and everything was fine. As mentioned, I also had trouble with the door vent windows. That was due to the windshield being just a little bit too large to fit inside there. I mean, the windshield fits inside okay, but it comes over into the A-pillars just a little bit too much, and unfortunately I didn't catch that until after I had the windshield glued in place. So my only other solution was to grind down the vent windows a little bit to see if I could get them to fit. But when I did that, then I started noticing gaps at the top of the vent windows that was pretty noticeable. So I decided, well, I'll just go without the vent windows. And to be honest, if you don't look real hard, you barely notice them, that they're not there. So to do the chrome accent stripe down the center of the body, I used a strip of bare metal foil, and then I followed that up with black Sharpie and give it that black stripe down the center. Also, I had a little help from some Tamiya clear orange and clear red to do the side marker lights, so that went together pretty well. I also put a little bit of bare metal foil behind the tail lights so they would act as a reflector. The door mirrors, I glued those on using a little bit of Mod Podge, and it's set up pretty fast, so had no problems with those staying in place. Now, I did not clear coat this kit. This is the straight rose gold, that Krylon rose gold that I showed earlier in the video. There is no clear coat applied to this vehicle at all, not even on the roof or anything like that. So that's just the natural shine from the paint. I had thought about clear coating it, and then I got to building it and just totally forgot to clear coat it. So I said, well, it looks pretty good the way it is, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I did do a little bit of accent painting around the headlights, using some Tamiya panel line marker, well, not marker, but panel line paint, and some Tamiya clear orange for the turn signals. On the push bar on the front, I wasn't sure about the lights. I painted the thing silver, and then I got looking at those lights and I thought, those look kind of stupid silver, and they didn't give you lenses in the kit to go over them. So I just went ahead and went over them with the Tamiya clear orange, and that gave it the fog light effect, and I think that worked out pretty well. The spare tire carrier on the back has a alignment pin and a hole in the tailgate, so that is pretty easy to locate, and it stays in place once you get it glued in, and that worked out pretty well also. The only other downside to the kit that I did not like, and I mentioned this earlier, are these tires. I've never liked that style of tire in a model kit. I've had them in several model kits. I don't know why. I just don't like them. I just don't like them. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. It helps the YouTube algorithm to share my channel with more people and help my channel grow. So if you have any questions or comments, please write those in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to respond as soon as possible. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, or you can drop me a line at scaleautoguy@gmail.com. And if you want more videos like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and hit that bell icon as well. That way there you know of my next upcoming videos when they're released. Thanks for watching Scale Auto Guy's Workbench, and I'll see you on the next build.